Welcome back, everyone. Nagy on Sports. Kit Nagy here. Thanks for rejoining us as we continue with our Wildcard playoff action. This is the Broncos heading to Foxborough to take on Mac Jones and the feisty Patriots, as we're going to see some more fun playoff matchup going on here today. And very excited to bring you this one, as this is a cool look at some exciting AFC teams going forward with Russell Wilson newly on the Broncos, who were arguably missing just the quarterback position. So they've got an absolutely stacked roster, forward and backwards, offense and defense, and then taking on these young upcoming Patriots, who are always well coached in this wild card matchup. So, without further ado, Phil, let's get this one kicked off, and then I'll take it from there, as he's going to continue his work around the house, and I'm going to bring you this AFC wild card matchup as the Broncos kick off into the end zone, where he will take a knee, and that is going to bring out Mac Jones for his first drive, starting at the 25. There's his season's numbers. Very good, 3,900 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Pretty good numbers there for his sophomore campaign. First and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun is Mac Jones. Quick little inside fake, and then throwing out to the perimeter. Looked like he just actually threw it away. Didn't like what he had there, even though he had a receiver kind of headed towards where he threw the ball. So either an errant throw by a wide miss or a throwaway. I think I'm opting to decide that was more of a throwaway. Second and 10. From the gun. Brings a man in motion. And there's another fake to the inside run. And he's got a man out on the outside, wide open. And that is quickly corralled for 24 yards there. Kendrick Bourne, the receiver. And, very nicely read there from Mac Jones. Very patient in the pocket, waiting for Kendrick Bourne to come open, and picks up the first down after feeding it to him down the field for a 24-yard pickup. Moving the chains, as the graphic so correctly said. As you can see, that zone was, he definitely a big pocket in the zone there. And that's what Jones was waiting for him to get past the linebackers to be able to come open out on the perimeter there where the man was not. A little handoff this time up the middle, and that one is going nowhere. Raimonde Stevenson with the carry, a loss of 2. Big TFL for the Broncos defense. You can see the linebacker just shooting the gap there, very quickly coming up to make that tackle in the backfield. Second and 12. 14 in the first remaining. And very quickly defended out on the perimeter and broken up as a result of the contact as the ball arrived. Incompletion, third and 12. Mac Jones back to pass. He's got a man over the middle on the drag route. He's got him up near the sticks. First and 10. They're going to say he just crossed the plane there as Devontae Parker with the newly acquired, or really traded for Devontae Parker from Miami. As Mac Jones finds his new favorite receiver on that drag route, and really Devontae Parker does the rest here out on the outside, getting the ball just across the plane to pick up that first down. 13 and a half left in the first. First and 10 out of the shotgun is Mac Jones surveying the field. Odd little leg lift on the throw, but does get it to his man. Very weird throwing for him there. Second and 2. That was Jonnu Smith, the tight end, one of a pair that they went and picked up in free agency last season, and paying both of them very handsomely, both Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. Mac Jones with a loaded formation, 2 tight ends left. He's going to quick out to one of those 2 tight ends. His fourth completion, 48 yards, is Mac Jones, and that was Jonnu Smith again. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Inside handoff to Raimonde Stevenson up the middle there, kind of, taking a little bit of contact, but finding his blockers and reading it well. It was Raimonde Stevenson's 8-yard pickup out route there to his other tight end. That's Hunter Henry, and he's going to pick up his first down there. That's his first catch of the day. 1st and 10 for the Patriots on the 10-yard pickup. Mac Jones back to pass again. He's got pressure coming in his face, and that's going to be a sack as Jones just buried him there. 2nd and 20. Really leaving allowing that pressure right up the middle, and that's the worst case scenario for these quarterbacks, especially the pocket passers like Mac Jones, not known for his scrambling skills. So he is just going to take all that pressure up in the face, and with the pocket collapsing like that, so quickly to him, really hard to get rid of the ball in time to be able to avoid that pressure, as Raimonde Stevenson hit quickly in the backfield on that handoff, and bringing up a 3rd and 23. Bradley Chubb, who many Browns fans wanted picked over Denzel Ward back in 2018. But I think, looking back on it, I think Browns fans are very happy to have Denzel, the Warden of the North, in our secondary, and now re-signed to that huge $100.5 million contract, as he has been one of the best, if not the best, shutdown corner in the league in his time here in Cleveland. Mac Jones to the end zone. He's got a man, touchdown! That was beautiful. What a throw there. He just a seed right to the back line of the end zone. His receiver, Aguilar, right in a position to go up and high point it. And that was a beautiful toss to his receiver. Really, all the credit on this one, on that beautiful throw, just to put it in a position where only Aguilar could get it. Aguilar did have a step and nicely high points it. Feet come down inbounds. That was beautiful. So the Patriots strike first, 7-0, as Mac Jones able to put together a very nice and efficient drive. Looking very good out there, and spreading the ball around to his receivers. Both of his tight ends involved in that drive, as well as Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar. So a lot of players involved in the success of that drive, and Mac Jones in the thick of it, really doing good work out there. As we're going to get our first look here, here's his stats on the day, but our first look at Russell Wilson. The stats on the year: 4,800, almost 4,900 yards on the season, and a very nice touchdown to interception ratio for Russell Wilson. Expect no less out of a guy of his caliber. 1st and 10 from the 18. Quick out, that is to Cortland Sutton, first for 5 yards, and they are going to, that was Jerry Jeudy on the reception. Stretch to the left side, and he is going to gain the first down as Williams, their stud. 1st and 10 here for Denver. Man in motion, brought by Wilson. He is going to go deep in the pocket, but finds a man out on the perimeter. That's his tight end. His second completion of the day, 24 yards, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. We're just going to call that tight end number 85. But beautifully read there from Wilson, finding his guy, the big tight end out on the outside. Feet inbound, nice body control, nice up to get the ball, and a nice big pickup for the Denver Broncos now at midfield from the 47. Ace formation under center for Russell Wilson, back to pass, and he's got out on the outside. He cuts up the field and is cut down there finally at the 36-yard line, but another first down there for and he is his second reception, 2 plays in a row But really nice little out bench concept there, but the defender not able to prevent him from cutting upfield down the sideline. And the fact that Jerry Jeudy had cleared that out in that same designed route allowed a lot of room to run up the sideline and gain additional yards after catch. Back to pass, and he's going to go to the end zone. He's got a man, but the defender had better position on it than did the receiver. So fortunate for Russell Wilson, that one was not intercepted. 2nd and 10. Little handoff up the middle, not a lot doing there. 3rd and 7. Down the gun, Russell Wilson to throw. He's got a man over the center. That was nicely completed on a broken tackle, too. And that is KJ Hamler with the reception, the shifty running back / receiver type, who is really more of a weapon. Can be put in a bunch of different positions. Is Hamler out of Penn State. His first catch of the day, 15 yards on the reception. Out of the gun. A tight formation with a running back on his hip. Quick out route to his receiver. That is Cortland Sutton, number 14. 1st and goal from the 6. And these Broncos set up well in it with an opportunity to respond quickly in this one. Wilson to the outside, got his man. That is, I think he got his feet in bounds. No, they're saying he was out of bounds. 2nd and goal from the 6 now. Still a 7-0 game. Running up the middle is Williams. Not a lot doing on that one. Only made it back to the line of scrimmage before he was tackled again. Out of the gun now, Wilson, 3rd and goal. Looking towards the end zone, got a man, touchdown! That's Cortland Sutton, who just kind of set up in his little curl route, just came back to the ball, still in the end zone, and Wilson just puts a seed on him right at the numbers, and that's where he was able to come away with the touchdown there. Very nicely done, nicely schemed, and nice route off the top, breaking back to the ball, but still deep enough to have his feet in the end zone there with the ball across the plane. So that'll tie the score 7 apiece, pending this extra point. It's up and it's good. 7-7 as both teams have taken their opening drives down the field to score opening touchdowns. .5:31 left in the first quarter, and Denver will kick the ball away into the end zone where they will take a knee and have a touchback to the 25-yard line, which is where Mac Jones will have his second drive of the game, starting at the 25. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Out of the gun is Mac Jones. Throws to the outside, almost picked off, jumped the route there and only breaks it up, but fortunate is Mac Jones that one was not picked as the defender had a great jump on the ball, nicely read. Not a lot doing up the middle there on the rush, and DeMondre Jones, go Bucks, with the tackle. 3rd and 11. Raimonde Jones, correction. Raimonde Stevenson and Raimonde Jones. Mixed and matched my names there. All right, 3rd and 11. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Jones out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Out to the outside. He's got the out concept there working in his favor. 1st down as I'm not remembering who number 2 is on their out of their wide receiver core. One of their many talented wide receivers on this. Or excuse me, that's the Patriots. They don't have as many as the Denver does, but no, he wasn't even number 2. Number 18, that's Parker. I should have known that. Under center is Mac Jones, 1st and 10. Little play action fake, and he's got the levels concept wide open. Lots of room to run. And that is Hunter Henry. New England now over 100 yards total offense, and that's Henry's second catch of the ball game. 1st and 10, Patriots. You get a little replay of this one on the first down, and Hunter Henry, lots of room to rumble after the catch. Really no defenders in the area to contest that catch. Mac Jones under center with the I formation behind him. Lead blocker, and Raimonde Stevenson is going nowhere. 2nd and 10. Back to pass, little swing route to the outside on his check down. And as the pressure was coming, he's going to pick up 5 yards out on the outside. Does Stevenson. Which brings up a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5. We'll fake on the inside. And recognizing the comeback opportunity, Aguilar catches another first down for the Patriots as Mac Jones just put it right on him, cutting to the sideline there. Nice throw. And feet's inbounds. Now 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Out of the gun is Mac Jones. Handoff up the center. Little zone read. And Stevenson's going to get a few here. Call it 4. 2nd and 6. Single back behind Mac Jones under center. Delayed handoff to Stevenson. A few more yards there. He is now net -1 yard rushing on the day after some TFL action early and not a lot doing after that. Out of the gun, Mac Jones quickly over the middle on a little slant concept is Parker. And that's his 3rd reception, 32 yards for him. 1st and 10, Patriots. As we come near the end of the first quarter. And a tie ball game, 7-7. Mac Jones takes the snap. Back to pass. He's got a man, but there's a flag down. Depending on who this is on, that might have been a hold. But if it's a hold, then then this will not count. No, in fact, they're going to say roughing the passer. It will be a touchdown for the Patriots as Jones penalized for hitting Mac Jones late on that one. Obviously, they're going to decline to take the touchdown here. Touchdown, Patriots. A little skinny slant or skinny post action there to score the touchdown. And Mac Jones, after right before getting crushed by Jones, is able to hit his man with a very nice throw for a touchdown. So, the back and forth continues as New England goes up 14-7 here with 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Very efficient offenses on both sides of the ball. Both teams doing very well on offense. A little bit of struggles on the defensive sides for both teams. And it seems that whichever defense is to step up first may come out, may win it for their team. As both offenses kind of having their way in this one. We'll see how Russell Wilson and his offense responds on their second drive of the game. A little fake handoff. Throws to the outside. A little dump off there brings up a 2nd and 6 as Cortland Sutton has his 3rd reception, 21 yards for him. Out of the gun, Russell Wilson checks down to his running back. And Williams, they're going to call that one a rush, even though it was a pass. Hey, George, welcome in. Welcome back, I should say. That'll be a 3rd and 8. And 19 seconds left here in the first quarter from their own 24. So get an extended look at this play for I don't know why they would show this replay. It was not overly productive or exciting. No idea why they're replaying that one. 3rd and 8 here. 7, 6, 5. See if they get a snap off before the quarter break. And they do with 1 second left. Here is Russell Wilson back to pass. Throws deep outside. He's got his man feet in bounds. Beautiful pass and catch out on the perimeter to close out the first quarter. And that was very nicely done. And Russell Wilson read that very well, finding his guy breaking late and really hits him right before he gets to the sideline. Russell Wilson on a little bench concept to the outside. That's Cortland Sutton, who takes a huge hit. Now, Denver with 110 total yards, most of those passing. And Cortland Sutton has now had 4 receptions on the day. 1st and 10, Broncos trying to respond to the Patriots' second drive. Out of the I formation under center is Russell Wilson. Takes the snap, back to pass. He's got a man on the slant on the inside, and that is Jerry Jeudy. His 2nd reception for 11 yards now on the day. So not a lot of production out of him just yet, but still early. 2nd and 4. Little power I formation to the left. Actually, it's a weak I. Run up the middle goes Williams. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Pick up a 5. So 3rd and 1 out of the gun. Russell Wilson surveying the field. Finds a man on the slant. That's Jerry Jeudy again. Here comes that production. And now Russell Wilson, 11 of 13, 121 yards and a touchdown. His day has been very good early in the early goings of this one. 1st and 10. So we see a look at that slant and Jerry Jeudy. Really no defenders there to contest, as Wilson has an easy inside leverage slant to his number 2. Back to pass is Wilson. Out to the outside, nobody there, wide open. The reception by, who is number 9? I'm not even sure. Mechie, the rookie. Yeah, very, very good. Very good and deep wide receiver core here for the Denver Broncos. Mechie there with his 1st reception on the day, and really nobody there. He had that in tons of space and room to run after, which will give the Denver Broncos a 1st and goal from the 8. And they'll bring out their goal line formation, and Williams going to rumble for a number of yards there. Now 6 rushes on the day for him, 14 yards, 2nd and goal from the 3 after a pickup of 5. Russell Wilson back to pass. He's throwing it. Oh, on the tip drill, second effort, not able to come down with it. I didn't catch who that was, but nothing doing there. A little tip drill and dangerous with the ball just kind of lingering in the air for either team to come away with it. Hey, 504, welcome in. Yep, that's kind of the goal here, is we're bring a lot of the playoff action to Nagy Nation today, as I had some time to this afternoon after getting a lot of work done this morning to call some games, and then Phil is hoping to join us yet later, maybe around 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern, to try to get our first Browns playoff game in still today, and then potentially we'll have some more playoff action for everyone possibly tomorrow. So we'll see how that works out. But we are looking to bring a lot of the action here, trying to get this whole thing wrapped up if we can before the draft goes live next weekend. So that's kind of the goal, is to get this all in, to include the Super Bowl before the draft, so that then we can have a post-draft look at some of these teams. And obviously a lot changes when you have a draft with the new, or when the real draft happens, because then we can put some of these rookies on the actual teams they end up on, and potentials for whatever other trades or things that may happen in rosters. As Mac Jones throws quickly, hits his man out on the outside. 13 of 16 is Mac Jones now, and 140 yards passing. Yeah, happy birthday again, absolutely, and definitely happy that we're able to bring you some playoff action here on your birthday. It's definitely fun for us, and hoping you're having a great birthday as well. Perfect. That's it sounds like a good birthday to me. I love football watching myself, so I totally would love having a day full of football to sit back and watch as well. So it sounds like a good day, and hopefully it is for you. Simmons in on the tackle on that one. 2nd and 5 for the Patriots. Out of the gun, and the handoff quickly to Stevenson, looking for that first down, but it's going to be held a little bit short. 3rd and 1. With 9:18 left in the half from their own 48. Or actually, no, that's I believe that's the Broncos 48. It is the Broncos 48. So the Patriots, with a 3rd and 1 here from the 48, they're going to run up the middle. They've got Stevenson easily across the line with about another 5 yards picked up after that. So nice run for him, and they're going to pick up that first down quite easily. So 14-10 ball game. Obviously, the lack of a touchdown for the Broncos may loom large in this game, as it's been very productive drives on both sides, and the fact that the Broncos weren't able to come away with a touchdown could very well turn out to be the difference in this one. But we'll see. We can, stay tuned as we continue to see whether or not either of these defenses are going to step up. But so far, tip the balance in favor of the Patriots defense, as they're able to force a field goal and not allow a touchdown. And that's really the first game break we've had either way from the defensive perspective. Handoff up the center. Nice cut there. Really just cutting back against the grain of the defense. And White carries that one, his 4th carry of the day. And he's able to pick up some big yardage after what looked like he was going to get tackled relatively early in the run. But nice cut, allows for a bunch of extra yards for White. Nice little replay of that. Under center goes Mac Jones, I formation. Split receiver left, and looks like offside free play, and they're definitely going to take that penalty. There's not a lot doing on that run, but Jones was penalized there for being offside when the ball was snapped. We'll bring up a 1st and 5. Under center I formation, 2 receivers left. Trips left. There's one out of the picture as Stevenson takes his 9th carry, now has 25 yards on the day. Bunch formation left. Under center is Mac Jones, single back. And he's going to hand the ball off, looking for that first yard, and he's going to get it. Is Raimonde Stevenson, his 10th rush, 30 yards, and brings up a 1st and goal here from the 8. All right, Alone and afraid in the backfield, Mac Jones to take the snap in the gun. Surveying the field, finds a guy deep in the end zone, touchdown! Oh, did he drop it though? They did not, no signal yet. No, he dropped the ball, so they're not going to say that's not a, they're going to say that's not a touchdown. I thought for sure he had it, but came loose as he was coming towards the ground. And I'm not sure exactly what that was, maybe a concentration drop. I thought for sure he had that one. Raimonde Stevenson to the outside, nice stiff arm on the contact, forces his way towards that end zone, but stops short of the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3. Now with a tight end heavy formation here, brings one of them in formation, does Mac Jones single back in their goal line. Back to pass, quick throw, touchdown. The defense was clearly looking for a rush there, but instead Kendrick Bourne comes wide open on the slant, and Mac Jones very quickly deliver that touchdown strike from the 3. And that's going to make this a 21-10 ball game, and suddenly that stop for the Patriots defense is even all that more pronounced as the Patriots respond with a touchdown instead, and the Denver Broncos unable to prevent their 3rd touchdown scoring drive. 21-10 Patriots, 5:15 left in the half. And the momentum's pretty solidly in New England's favor here in Gillette Stadium, and the home crowd is loving what they're seeing so far on the field. So out of the end zone, elects to take it out, and quickly tackled. Not a great choice to bring that one out of the end zone. So that's going to set up Russell Wilson from the 15 with a 1st and 10. And he's going to need, to respond with a touchdown here if he wants to keep his Broncos more solidly in this game. The response here is going to be very important. Under center, single back, little jet sweep action to Jerry Jeudy, but quickly tackled after only 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Russell Wilson. A little delayed handoff up the center. He's got a bunch of yards. He looks like he's going to get the first down, does Williams. He does. 1st and 10. And McCourty on the tackle. Although very stingy on the run so far, having allowed only 14 total rush yardage, is the Patriots defense. They've been very good against the run. That was the best run of the day, in fact, for Denver. 1st and 10. 4:09 and counting left in the half, and very quickly tackled yet another TFL. Williams had nothing there as the penetration got to him very quickly on that run blitz. 2nd and 13 on that 3-yard loss. And that run defense shows its teeth again, as you saw that. I think 61, he gets pushed all the way back into the backfield as there was really nowhere for Williams to go with that one. Out of the gun, Russell Wilson. Quick handoff. Contact right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Williams. Now 10 rushes, only 19 yards to show for it. Averaging 1.9 a carry is not going to get it done. 3rd and 12. Little screen set up. He's got some blockers out in front. He gets to the outside, but not enough room to get it done before the defense able to respond, forcing a 4th and 5. And that is not the drive that the Broncos were looking for. And now the momentum fully on the Patriots' court as the Broncos are going to get shut out on this drive, not able to come away with any points, forced to punt on this 4th and 5, and suddenly the 3 successful drives from the Patriots looks like this could potentially be heading towards blowout territory if they continue with that. the Broncos need to respond and quickly. This would be the time if they want to get back in it, if they're gonna do something, to come away with some kind of a pick six or some kind of defensive fireworks, because if they allow this to go for another touchdown going into half, they are in a world of hurt. 2:21 to go in the half. Mac Jones back to pass. Like something now. Actually, I guess he was throwing that one away. Really, nobody there. And 2nd and 10 as he just threw that one away. Well, pistol formation. Mac Jones back to pass. Found something over the middle. He's got his tight, or I guess that's his fullback. And that will bring up the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, 21-10 Patriots. Mac Jones over the middle. He's got a man and leads him just enough to get him past the defender and some yards after catch. That was really quite nice. Thrown open there by Mac Jones is Aguilar, and hits his 3rd reception, and the yards after the catch really doing a lot of damage here. As this, look at this beautiful throw, just able to put it right on him. Room to continue to run with the defender in trail. Dives for a tackle, not able to come up with it, and the wheels of Nelson Aguilar really kind of showing out there. Changing the formation is Mac Jones. Takes the snap out of the gun. And he's going to get pressure coming, and that's going to be a big sack there as Raimonde Jones comes away, go Bucks, with a big sack. 2nd and 22. And that's really that's really what you needed from your defense. These kind of plays is they finally come away with something here to force Mac Jones to be both uncomfortable and then finally sacked as he kind of tries to scramble, but again, not known for being the most elusive of quarterbacks. And we'll have a timeout here. Timeout charged to New England. 1:01 left in the half. From the 50-yard line out of the gun. And he's got a man on it, a little curl route. That's his tight end, Hunter Henry. So New England will take a quick second timeout there. 57 seconds to go in the half. Out of the gun, surveying the field. He's going out to the perimeter underneath, again to Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry looks like he did manage to get out of bounds. The clock is stopped with 51 seconds, but that's a 4th and 7, not able to come away with a first down there with that little underneath drag route. So the Patriots will line up for a field goal. This will be a 51-yarder, 51.5-yard attempt. Looks like it was long enough, but no good, I believe. At least I didn't see the field goal flash. Yep, wide right. Had the distance, but he was a tad to the right. So defense for the Broncos does its job, stops the Patriots for the first time today. And that is an important development for the Broncos defense, as Russell Wilson is going to get one chance here, 47 seconds, 3 timeouts to go the field and potentially put some points on the board for Denver. Quick skinny post route, or skinny slant route there, 2nd and 2. Clock continues to tick, 40 seconds left. Just gets rid of it, able to throw it away as the pressure got to Russell Wilson quickly on that one. 3rd and 2 does stop the clock, 38 seconds left in the half. Out of the gun, setting up a screen, but well played by the defense. Defenders read it all the way, able to shed his blocker and get to the running back before any damage is done. Quick timeout taken by the Patriots there last, and forcing a punt for the Denver Broncos. So both defenses stepping up late in the first half, after we saw a lot of not great defense early in this one. But momentum still solidly in the Patriots' favor. 28 ticks left, and we'll see what Mac Jones can do here to close out the half. Quickly over the middle, no timeouts. They're going to have to hurry the line if they want to do anything here. 5 seconds left, and really, this is their only chance. So not likely they're going to do much here with this one. It's probably just going to half. So they throw it over the middle. You know, obviously, if Kendrick Bourne able to evade that tackle, maybe he goes for further and, you know, gives you a shot to score. But instead, we're going to halftime with no damage done. So the score remains 21-10 at half, and, you know, here's a look at the playoff brackets as we're seeing that top game play out now, hoping to get to that middle game, Los Angeles and Cleveland, later today for Nagy Nation. And more playoff action to follow. As we go through the next-gen halftime stuff. A little bit of the tendencies there showing you here on the stats. But without further ado, kick off the second half. Do the Patriots to the Broncos, who take it out of the end zone and only out to the 18. For number 24, Emerson. So, how does Denver and Russell Wilson respond coming out of the locker room? What kind of adjustments have they made? He's going to start out in an I under center, does Russell Wilson. Quick drop back and checks down to his running back with a little bit of room to work, but not a ton. Williams catches it and actually it looks like, I guess he was further behind the line of scrimmage than I thought, because he's not able to pick up any yardage on that one. 2nd and 10. Back to pass again. And the pressure gets home. Big sack. They're going to credit half of that to Wise on the second sack of the day for the, first sack of the day for the Denver defense, or Patriots defense. Really, a lot of pressure got home. Not a great play from the O-line there for Russell Wilson. 3rd and 16 early here in the second half. Out of the gun. Kind of steps up in the packet, then elects to throw the ball away. Does Russell Wilson. 3 and out for Denver. Not a great start to the second half. And they're forced to punt again on a 4th and 16. So that's going to swap the field as the Patriots are going to start with very good field position here on their own 39. And still carrying all that momentum. And here comes Mac Jones again. Quick look at his day. 21-26, 241 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has been very good. 1st and 10. Back to pass. Out to the outside. Just misses wide right. Does Mac Jones. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Bunch formation to the left. Back to pass. See something. He's got his man. That's Nelson Aguilar again out on the outside. Late breaking route, but good protection. And Mac Jones able to get rid of that one after the late break allows Nelson Aguilar to get free and pick up some nice yardage here out on the perimeter on the levels concept. Not the best of throws, really. The defender didn't have great position either, which is what helped out, but kind of on the inside where potentially it was a dangerous throw in that if the defender had better position there, he could have come away with a pick instead of that being completed on the perimeter. Mac Jones back to pass again out to the outside. He's got his man near the sticks. Going to be just short, I believe. Nope, they're going to say that was a first down. I guess he broke the plane, did Parker on his 4th reception of the day. And now someone moved on that O-line. False start on the offense. which will set them back 5. 1st and 15 from the gun is Mac Jones. Back to pass, surveying, and he's going to unload here. He's got a receiver in jump out situation. Touchdown, Patriots. Devontae Parker with the grab and a touchdown. That was really not how you'd expect it to have gone. I mean, really didn't set up a great position. He threw it high where Parker had a better shot at the ball, but Parker had to come back to it. To make this happen. And then the jump ball at the end kind of contested. Defender didn't jump, and Parker, the only one really able to come away with it. But we'll see what happens on this booth review. I guess they're wondering whether both feet were down in bounds. Here's a look at it. Looks like they were, as he had a couple shuffle steps here, 2 toes in before he shuffled out of bounds. And I think that's a clear and obvious touchdown for the Patriots. And that might have just blown the doors wide open on this one, as Denver has struggled after their first few possessions, and the Patriots have not. So, after the review, it stands as called, now 28-10. New England advantage with 12:13 left in the third quarter. And Denver's really going to have to figure some things out here, because they are struggling mightily now on both sides of the ball, offense and defense not having their way, as the Patriots are riding this momentum wave and doing good things now on both sides of their ball on offense and defense. So they've been very effective with continuing to put together touchdown scoring drives, and their defense has stepped up in a big way and really, holding Denver to minimal production. Bunch formation under the center. Bunch right. He hits one of those out of the bunch. That's Jerry Jeudy with the reception. Pick up of about 8 yards there. Call it 7, 2nd and 3. Under center again, 2 tight ends to the left, single back. Russell Wilson back to pass, shuffle, way backwards, but then lets it go. Has a man for a jump ball, but unable to come away with it. And that's going to be credited as a drop, I believe. 3rd and 3. Inside handoff, but defender quickly closed the gap on the hole. Nice scrape from the linebacker and tackle in space. 4th and 3. And that's going to bring up another Denver punt. And the woes on offense continue for the Denver Broncos. So, here is the punt. And going to be fielded at the 30. Ooh, big hit on special teams. But a flip of the field nonetheless, with great field position now for Mac Jones from his own 41. And unless something happens quickly for these Denver Broncos, they are not in good shape here. Back to pass. Throws to the outside, but throwing it away is Mac Jones, now 24-31, 307, and 4 touchdowns. 2nd and 10. Deep ball from... Wow, that was lucky. That was not picked off. That was intended for Parker, but defense had a much better position on that. And unfortunate for Denver, that was an opportunity to finally take some of this momentum away if they had picked off Mac Jones there. Instead, hits the turf harmlessly. 3rd and 10. And really the first glaring mistake we've seen from Mac Jones is he's going to take a big sack here, as Darby gets in very quickly off on the perimeter on a little bit of a corner blitz. 4th and 20, and this is, I think, the first punt for the Patriots of the ballgame. Finally, Denver's defense able to show up and assert its will and stop a drive for the Patriots. So, with 10-17 and counting left in the third quarter, the Patriots punt the ball away. And it is fielded there with a fair catch. The Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos will now take over from the 27. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third. Out of the gun, inside handoff, but man, did that pressure come in quick, as Williams had absolutely nowhere to go as the rookie Karlaftis with a big TFL. 2nd and 13, as Karlaftis out of Penn State is just very quickly in penetration to the backfield, just really sheds that blocker in such a hurry. And Karlaftis with a big TFL, 2nd and 13, and the running game woes for Denver continue. Russell Wilson to throw. Pressure coming. Throws it to the outside, kind of lofts it and hanging there for his receiver to run underneath it. And he does make that reception, does Cortland Sutton. 6th reception on the day, 62 yards for him. And now it's a big first down for Denver as Russell Wilson really made that one happen, kind of hanging it where Sutton could go up and pluck it out of the sky. We're going to get to see this little rainbow ball as he puts it in a very nice spot. Nice touch on the ball, and Sutton comes away just in time before the sideline to get his feet in bounds for a nice reception. Now under center in the ace formation is Russell Wilson. Hands off up the middle. A little bit of room to run that time. Finally getting a bit of a hole to work with, but still only 20 yards on the day for Williams, picking up 4 of it there. Russell Wilson back to pass. He's got a man on the outside. That is his tight end, number 85. And he does pick up that first down. And finally a drive going the way of Denver, going Denver's way. Out of the gun, fakes the handoff on the inside. Got a man out on the outside of the levels. Nicely done there. And that's his other tight end. Now 200 yards passing for Russell Wilson. 1st and 10 from the 18, 8:04 left in the third. And if you're a fan of the Denver Broncos, this is what you needed to see for them to have any kind of chance. Now, obviously, they're going to need to do a lot of scoring here yet to make this a contested game. And it's going to have to be relatively quick scoring with only a little over 7 minutes and a quarter left. Hey, welcome in, Keith. 2nd and 9 now after a 1-yard pickup on the rush. Out of the gun, Russell Wilson has it, surveying the field out to the outside. He's got a man just standing there. That's Jerry Jeudy out on the perimeter. Not a lot of room to work after catching it as his momentum carries him out of bounds. 3rd and 4. High snap. Fakes a handoff. Pressure right there. Russell Wilson's going to take a big sack. That's Judon, arguably one of the best defenders for these Patriots. That is going to force a 4th and 13 and likely a field goal attempt here, as this very good Denver drive is going to end up falling short of the mark. Obviously, a touchdown would have been a far preferable outcome. So, Denver lining up the kicking unit to take a 38-yard field goal attempt, and it is up and it is good. Yeah, they do, Keith. I'm not sure why, but they certainly do. Because I don't think the Patriots' offense is going to be quite this good as we're seeing here. I mean, let's be fair, though. Every team in the NFL, when things are clicking, they can all perform at this kind of a level. They're all paid for a reason, so it's not that this can't happen. But this is a very, very good Denver defense. and they're getting relatively shellacked here by this not as good, or at least expected to not be this good, Patriots offense. 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard pickup on the run. A little fake the handoff from Mac Jones, and wide open is his man. That is Parker again. He has had a very good game for Mac Jones, who is now 25 completions on the day. That's the 6th reception for Parker. Bring up another 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Devontae Parker had all kinds of room there. Very easy pitch and catch. Out of the gun, bringing a man in motion. It's Parker. A little handoff stretch to the inside zone, I guess, technically. But quickly met in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. That is Simmons in on the tackle. And White really had nowhere to go, as he is met very shortly after receiving the ball. 2nd and 12. Throw to the outside. He's got his tight end. That is tight end O. Or, excuse me, wrong team. That's Hunter Henry, number 85. So Hunter Henry with yet another catch in this one. And he is 4 yards short of that first. So 3rd and 4. And Mac Jones will take the snap out of the gun. Surveying, got a man. He's hitting downfield. Nice toe tap and nice up to go get that one from Nelson Aguilar. Catches it at high point to the ball out on the perimeter. And Mac Jones with nice ball placement to ensure that really Nelson Aguilar is the only one with a chance to catch this one. But nice body control to bring both of the Tootsies in bounds. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree their O-line is probably not that good, and I don't think that Mac Jones is going to be that good in his sophomore season, as another big TFL from this Denver defense here, as White goes absolutely nowhere. In fact, goes backwards too. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't think the Patriots are this good, and I think Madden is overstating the case for the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be lucky to even make the playoffs this season. We'll see, though. I mean, if Mac Jones does not have a sophomore slump like many quarterbacks do, as there's a big gap out on the outside. And Stevenson that's White on the carry, is able to pick up 5 on that, or pick up 7. Excuse me, they were 2nd and 12, so that's a 7-yard pickup there for White. Jones back to pass out to the outside, and his very nice day continues with a throw to Keene, his second, but that will bring up a 4th and 1. We'll see what they choose to do with it here. But no, I do not think the Patriots are going to be that good, to summarize. So I think it's much more likely that this would be a at least more tightly contested game if it were to be between the Denver Broncos and Patriots with these rosters. So they're going to elect to take a field goal here. So Amendola kicks one up and puts it through to extend the Patriots' lead, now 31-13. Yeah. West and North definitely did very, very well in our sim, which I think arguably the West and the North and the AFC are both some of the best teams in the NFL right now. They've got some. Obviously the Bengals just made a Super Bowl appearance. The Browns have an absolutely stacked roster. Don't sleep on the Ravens, especially coming off of all their injuries, as Russell Wilson takes a snap out of the gun and throws out to the outside. Wow, nice avoided tackle there. Just kind of dipped his shoulder, does O, and that was really impressive as he just kind of avoided the tackler. Very shifty for a tight end there. But yeah, the don't ever count out the Ravens. Although we'll see what happens with them in the quarterback position. There's some rumblings that Lamar may not be back, or who knows what happens with that situation. And then the West obviously is stacked with 4 teams that all think they can make it to the Super Bowl in the AFC West. So quick out route there to his tight end, and he's putting together a nice performance on the day. Is 5 receptions now for 74 yards. And that's going to bring up the fourth quarter here. As you see a little comparison of the stats. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, we prefer him to be passing because he's so much less dangerous with his throwing arm than he is with his running the ball with his legs. Not that he can't be dangerous with his arm, just he's a lot less consistent with it as a weapon. Back to pass, out to the outside, wide open. He's got his man, that's his running back, Williams, and that's going to be an easy first down for Denver for the first play of the fourth quarter. Bunch formation to the right. Under center is Russell Wilson. Back to pass. Hits a quick slant. That is O. And he's going to pick up a first down there with his 6th reception on the day. Out of the gun, 1st and 10. Little setting up a screen. He's got blockers and space. And he's up the sidelines is Williams. Nice little screen there, and that was probably one of the most well set up and cleanest screen plays we've seen in the game for quite some time. Trips left, out of the gun, quick throw from Russell Wilson, and he's got his man. And I think that was Cortland Sutton on that one. 5-yard pickup for Cortland Sutton. 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, 12:45 left in the fourth quarter. Lots of ground to make up for Denver. They've got to get a touchdown here, and they're going to. There's O with a touchdown. Nice job getting his feet in, and his very nice day continues with a payoff in the end zone as he was wide open. But throwing it outside gave it only him the opportunity to come away with that, and he does the rest with a nice catch and getting his feet. Ooh, I don't know. Did he actually get both feet down? Wonder if they're going to review this. They are. I don't think he got that second foot down. I think this one is coming back. I don't think that's a touchdown. I thought at first he had dragged both, but no, you can see his right foot there is clearly off of the turf after he came away with possession of the ball, and I do not think this is going to stand. But we'll see. But they say it stands, so I guess they are saying before his foot came up off the grass that he had had possession of the ball. Interesting. That one is going to stand. Makes it a 20-31 game with Denver down 11 here and 12:40 left. The defense is going to have to step up and give that offense another opportunity or crack at the end zone if they want to come back in this one. But this is a position where some turnover action on defense would be a huge boon. The one thing they have going for them at this point is they finally managed to quell that momentum for New England, as only a little bit of momentum still on the New England Patriots side. Jones under center. Hands off. Big hole out on the outside. Nicely read by Stevenson, and he's able to cut up the field for a nice 12-yard gain there and a quick first down. And if you're the Denver defense here, that's really not what you want to have happen. First of all, you don't want to give up first downs, but especially not to a run game when you're expecting them to try to run off clock here. As you see, Denver is stacking the box, but this time they're able to stuff the run very quickly, and Stevenson not able to come away with any more than the 3 yards. Back to pass, Mac Jones right at the sticks, and he's got his man. And that's going to bring up a first down there with a little out route. And Denver not able to prevent the conversion, as Jonnu Smith able to convert the first down. And here's Stevenson again. Nice little shifty run, actually able to use his blocker in front of him and direct the traffic to get 9 yards on that rush. A little inside handoff here, a delayed cut as he just kind of paused and then continued, as does White, picking up an easy first down and then some more. Here's another look at it as Patrick Surtain comes away with that tackle, but not before the damage had been done. Quick handoff on the inside. This time the defense stands and tackles White very quickly. No gain. 2nd and 10. 9:52 to play. A 31-20 ball game in the Patriots' favor, and with the ball on the Broncos' 41-yard line, the Broncos have got to stand here. Back to pass out of the gun. Mac Jones over to Nelson Aguilar for a first down, and that may be all she wrote. This has the potential, even with just a field goal, to put it into a actually a 3rd and inches. I thought he had it, but in fact he did not. But a 2-touchdown lead potentially with that field goal. So, or even just with the field goal. So that's very high potential. This is going to put the game out of reach for the Denver Broncos. No, Keith. He's actually hoping to join us for yet another game later today. We're hoping to bring you yet today, hoping to bring the Browns and Chargers game for our first Browns playoff action of the postseason, as the field goal is up and it's good, making it a 2-score margin, 2-touchdown margin for these Patriots. 34-20. That 14-point lead. No, he's doing some work around the house and around the yard. He had some things to take care of. In fact, I think most recently he said he was taking his dogs for a walk. But he's hoping to join for a later game, potentially 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern time. To hopefully bring the Browns-Chargers playoff game. Russell Wilson, quick inside handoff, and with, even though that was one of the more successful runs, it's very surprising with a 14-point deficit that they're going to elect to run the ball there with only 7:40 left in the game. Out of the gun is Russell Wilson, because they really need some fireworks, and run's probably not going to get it done here. There's the deep throw out to the perimeter, hits his man, and that was more like what they were looking for, as Patrick comes away with that one. That's what they should be looking for. Certainly not runs to pick up 7 yards. They need chunk plays and fireworks in this one if they're going to have any chance of winning. All right, 7 minutes left in the game. 1st and 10 from the 41. Russell Wilson in the gun. They're going to inexplicably hand off again. And, you know, tick, 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 this is playing directly into the Patriots' hands. If you're the Patriots, you're loving this play calling where Denver is choosing to hand off to Williams when they should be throwing and trying to win this game on the back of Russell Wilson. Over the middle goes Russell Wilson. He's got his man, Patrick, again over the middle. And that's going to be a first down, but you wonder now with a shade under 6 minutes left in the game as they hand off the ball again. Now there's a big hole. He does get a first down. A very nice effort there, but how many times is too many as the clock continues to tick and they're going to have to score twice, 2 touchdowns just to tie. You know, not a lot of time left in this one in order to make up for that, and runs are probably less likely to get it done for you unless you've got... you know, unless you expect to just break them. Those passes have way more potential to break for deep shots than a run does. Now they will elect to pass. A lot of pressure in his face, so he just throws it away. But at least that's going to stop the clock. 5:17 left in the game. 2nd and 10. Russell Wilson doesn't like what he sees. Change the formation and the play. Split receivers, trips right, 2 left. And he's going to set the pressure. Finally dumps it off short to Patrick. That was a weird play. Almost thought he was going to take off with it for a minute, but instead decides to dump it off for a 5-yard pickup, 3rd and 5. And they're going to have to go quick. 4:42 left in the game. He goes for the end zone shot right now. Touchdown, Denver. And... that one to KJ Hamler, that was a sweet little play, but man, it feels like a little bit too little too late, because if their defense can't stand up, you know, the Patriots have a prime opportunity to just run the rest of the time off the clock with a drive. But, you know, we'll see what happens. The Denver defense has got to step up in a big way here. And the offense has to do that again, but preferably without so much running of the ball, because that took a lot of time. 3:33 to get that one done. They may not have 3:33 left in the game when they get the ball back, unless they're a very quick 3-and-out here. So, with 4:39 left in the game, 34-27 game, Patriots favor. All timeouts still left on the board as they elect to take it out of the end zone and make it to the 21-yard line before being tackled. 1st and 10. We'll see what Mac Jones does here. Obviously, you're probably going to be handing this one off to Stevenson quite a bit as you're looking to milk some time off the clock with that touchdown advantage. Comes out in an ace formation, single back. Little jet sweep action. That is Hunter Henry, and he's going to get a quick 8 yards. Both milking off time off the clock and getting good production, bringing up 2nd and 3. I guess 7-yard gain there. It's just Simmons on the tackle. Another inside handoff. Easy first down for White. He's now 10 rushes for 42 yards on the day. And that's going to be a first down, and about the last thing you can afford if you're Denver. So, Mac Jones in the shotgun. Quick handoff up the centers as you'd expect. More positive yardage as White carries the ball for yet another 5-yard pickup. And the Patriots happily running the clock down before snapping it and easily picking up a first down. That's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning, likely. They do not have to snap this one before the 2-minute warning, so I would not expect them to. As in fact, we are going to go into the 2-minute warning there. So 2 minutes left in the game. First down for the Patriots, and one more of those will certainly do it. Handoff up the center. This time the defense steps up with a quick tackle and a timeout. Minute 57 left in the game. 2 timeouts left for Denver. I formation for the Patriots. Under center is Mac Jones. Half handoff up the middle, and a fights for a bunch of yardage there to Stevenson. Third and 6. A handoff up the middle. And very close to the yard to gain. Quick timeout there from Denver, but this is going to bring up a third and very, very short, or excuse me, fourth and very, very short, and the Patriots are going to punt. So the defense does enough, and there is, in fact, enough time to score, but they're going to have some big yardage here as the defense does just enough to keep Russell Wilson in this game. Let's see if he's got it. First and 10 from his own 23. Russell Wilson running back to his right hip. Back to pass. And he's going to air it out, going for it all. Right now, left sideline. He's got a man. And Jerry Jeudy not able to come up with it as the ball lands harmlessly on the turf. Second and 10. Back to pass. Got a man out on the outside. He wisely takes it out of bounds. That's his tight end. Third and inches. Clock stops with a minute 30, and that's the kind of clock management with no timeouts that you need if you're Denver. Now over the middle, not a wise place. They're going to have to hurry up here. A minute 23, it's going to tick off here down to a minute 10. First and 10. Quick throw, at least it's out on the perimeter. Does he get out? He does, barely. They say he managed to get out, gets a 6-yard pickup, and uses the sideline to his advantage to stop the clock. Out of the gun, 2nd and 4. Now at midfield. Dangerous throw over the middle, not what you're looking for. That's going to run the clock. They're going to have to hurry up again. 50 seconds left, 1st and 10. Back to pass. He's going to air for the end zone. He's got a man, but he can't come down with it. That does stop the clock, 43 seconds, 2nd and 10. But man, that looked like he should have had it. Jabril Peppers on the coverage. And McCourty right there as well, but Denver probably should have been a touchdown right there. Surprised that his receiver was not able to come away with it. 2nd and 10 for Russell Wilson, 40 seconds. Surveying, throwing deep, he's got a man, comes away with it, it's going to be easy, touchdown! What is he doing, juking? He's juking, does Patrick, he just needed to run, but instead he jukes and waits. It's almost like one of those celebrations that people do before they score. Fortunately for him, he doesn't juke out of bounds or something stupid, he just kind of just sits there and I don't know what that was, but he scores anyway. And this game may be, or very likely, going to overtime with only 34 ticks left in the ball game, and Denver with a big comeback. Wow, indeed, George. Wow, indeed. That was wild. Not sure what Patrick was thinking there with that juke, and he is very fortunate that didn't end up costing him the game, because it very well could have. Could have cost the entire team the game. But instead, 34 seconds left. Tie ball game, 34-34. Big comeback for Denver as they have managed to lock this one up. And only 31 seconds left for the sophomore quarterback, Mac Jones, to try to do something here and see if they can't get within field goal range to win this one before it goes to overtime. Back to pass, airing it deep. He's got a man there, but the defense actually he underthrew it. He had his guy. If he had just put some more air behind it, actually, I think he was kind of at his. He's not known for his arm strength, so if he had a little bit more arm there and actually put it deeper, he had the step, and instead they're going to run the ball and just accept going to overtime, and yet oddly run the ball, call a timeout. That's odd. But Mac Jones not able to get the ball far enough, because if he had, that would have been an easy touchdown. He had about a 4-step lead. Huge 9-step drop and a sack. 10 seconds left in the regulation here, and they're just going to let it go to overtime. So, tie ball game, our first overtime of these playoffs, as the Denver Broncos made up a ton of ground to come up and force this overtime. And that's end of regulation. We get a quick look at the stats for the game. And so we'll have the coin toss, which obviously they just changed the rules, so Madden won't have this correct, but the rules have changed for playoffs, at least overtime rules. So it's not this nonsense where the or the coin flip seems to have whoever wins has the best chance to win the game, especially in postseason, which is why apparently they changed it for just the postseason, although I wish they had done it for the regular season as well, because I hate the overtime rules in the NFL, as do many NFL fans. So, Russell Wilson won the toss, and with all the momentum in his corner and the best offensive production of late in this one, gets the first crack at winning the ball game. Quick over the middle, a little bit behind his receiver, but able to complete it, does Russell Wilson, for an 8-yard completion. 2nd and 2. And that was the rookie Mechie on the receiving end. Russell Wilson, another quick slant route out on the perimeter, this time on his left, and able to pick up that first down and some. That's Jerry Jeudy, his 6th reception of the ball game, 45 yards for him. 1st and 10. Broncos now on their own 40. Or excuse me, on the Patriots 40. No, it's just their own 40. I was looking at it wrong. Out to the outside, he's got Jerry Jeudy, works up the sideline towards midfield. He's going to be marked at the 49-yard line. And that will bring up a 2nd and 1. 13:20 left in overtime. And it looks like Williams is going to pick up that first down. So 1st and 10 now, right from the 50-yard line, or just past the 50-yard line. And yet another carry up the middle for Williams, his 20th of the game, 53 yards for him. 2nd and 4. From the gun, quick hand, or fakes the handoff at the middle to Williams, searching, throws, but out of bounds, just throwing it away, not finding anybody to connect with downfield. 3rd and 4. Quick throw this time. He's got a guy, but what nicely defense there in the middle. So the Denver Broncos forced to attempt a long field goal. Kick is up and hits off the crossbar. No good. So a game break here for the Patriots, who are going to have excellent field position, and all they need is a field goal. This could be all she wrote. They need about 15 or maybe 10 yards, and they're probably going to come out with a win, assuming they can get 10 yards starting at the 50. Not great for the Broncos, as Mac Jones just airs it way deep. He's got a man there, but well defensed by, I think that was Surtain back there. Nicely done. Again, kind of the arm strength of Mac Jones not being there, kind of showing up in this one. 2nd and 10 from the 50. Back to pass. He's got a man over the middle. There's some of the yardage he needs to Nelson Aguilar. Maybe call it 5. As a 3rd and 5 here. And this Denver defense desperately needs a stop right here and right now. Pressure coming. Throws outside. Throws it away. And that's what the Denver defense needed. out of field goal range, but just barely, will bring out the punting unit, and this overtime will continue. Are you saying Madden has unfounded faith in the Broncos defense? Because I think their defense is actually, the roster is really pretty good. They've got some excellent corners. They've got a really, really good D-line. Their safety room is solid. Linebackers are pretty good. I mean, they've got a pretty good roster on defense. Now, whether they can put it all together, we'll see. But they at least roster-wise, going in on paper, they're pretty solid. Big hole up the middle for Williams as he's able to convert on 2nd and 9, and then some. Now 510 yards for the Denver Broncos. But again, on paper is one thing, and then in reality is something completely different. So, and to be fair, Madden does operate a lot of what is effectively on paper. It can't really replicate team chemistry and, many of those, nebulous things that do affect games but are hard to replicate in a simulation like this. 2nd and 10, Russell Wilson surveying, got a man on the outside. It's KJ Hamler, but not much doing there as only 1 yard credited. 3rd and 9, KJ Hamler's 4th reception of the game. Duggar on the tackle. Come on now. Russell Wilson changing the play, bringing in a tight bunch formation to the left. Out of the gun. Quick throw over the middle on the slant. Defense trying to jump the route, but not before Patrick's able to pick up a quick 4th. Or actually, no. Stopped short. I thought he had the 1st down, but it said he's going to bring up a 4th and 1. And they're on the 45, kind of in that no man's land where it'll be interesting to see what they do. Most likely, you'd expect them to punt here, but they could elect to go for it. But no, instead they're going to punt, try to pin back the Patriots and hope for a field swap if their defense can hold. Very nice punt there. Pins the Patriots back to their own 7-yard line. This is a look at Raimonde Stevenson's day. First and 10 from the 7. Mac Jones under center. A little quick fake of a throw and then hand off on the delay to Stevenson. And he goes backwards 1 yard, now on the 6. And that Denver defense stepping up when they need to. And really have ever since that late 4th quarter comeback. They've been very good at managing to shut down the Patriots since then. 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, quick handoff up the middle, big hole there. Defender can't get to the tackle in time, and White able to pick up a 1st down for the Patriots. $7:32 left in overtime. To look at this play a number of times, apparently. All right, 7:15 and counting. Out of the gun. Hands off the ball on the inside. Delayed handoff to Stevenson. His 23rd touch of the game, 90 yards. Only 2 there, though. 2nd and 8. And Mac Jones back to pass. Over the middle, he's got a man wide open. And that's Gamble with Surtain on the tackle. You can see Gamble there just with a little comeback route. Very open in the middle of that zone. They left no defenders in that central area there. 1st and 10 from the 41. Back to pass. He's out to the perimeter. Got a man. Did he catch it in bounds? Yes, he did. And that was a really nice completion on that little flag route out to the outside to Parker. 7th reception for him. That was a nice touch throw for Mac Jones. Getting both feet in clearly with that reception. Nice play. 1st and 10 from the 33, and they are now in field goal range. So this could be all she wrote. Quickly tackled. This defense is going to need a sack or some kind of turnover if they want to have a hope of coming away with a win. Another tackle in the backfield, but again, in field goal range, 3rd and 8. This defense is going to have to quick figure out something right here. This could be the ball game. Handoff on the inside. Big hole, 1st down. And now they're well within field goal range. So really only a turnover will do it for the Denver Broncos, as the Patriots are easily in game-ending strike distance, either with a touchdown or a field goal. Either one will win this ball game. And from here, it's pretty much a chip shot in terms of field goals, unless, barring they're just going to go for a field goal right here to win the game on 1st and 10, trying to ice the kicker is Denver. But yes, Keith, I agree, that should do it, as they are not even attempting another play, just looking to win here with a field goal. The kick is up. Ball game. Patriots come away with a big win in overtime, as Denver Broncos have a great push, an attempt to force an overtime. Nice comeback, but unable at the end of the day to fully get it done. 37-34 final, and the Patriots will advance in the postseason as Denver is sent home. So, fun one here, as the Denver Broncos early struggled, come back from a big deficit to make it an interesting ball game, tying it up eventually at 34 to force overtime, but unable to complete the comeback with a win in overtime, as the Patriots manage, after yet more back and forth, manage to get it done with a late drive and field goal to win. Yeah, first year loss in the wild card. Certainly not what Russell Wilson would have been looking for. Unfortunate for him, as you can see the base stats there at least. Russell Wilson was 479 yards, 4 touchdowns, a 77.7% clip. So he definitely had a good one. Obviously, that's including overtime. But Mac Jones, by comparison, was for 423 yards, 4 touchdowns at a 75% clip. So very similar from both quarterbacks in terms of what they got done today. Javonte Williams, 22 carries, 67 yards. He struggled a bit today. Cortland Sutton, 8 receptions, 71 yards. And Jerry Jeudy, 7 receptions for 54 yards. So both teams really having moments of flashes of really nice play, and then some struggles at times on either side. But ultimately, even after coming back to force overtime, the Patriots would not be defeated and were able to come away with a last effort field goal to win the game in overtime. So next, I don't like watching any version of the Pats win, personally. I've had enough of seeing the Patriots win, and here we are with yet another Patriots win. So, but next, I believe I'm not sure if we're going to do another overtime game next, or sorry, not overtime, another playoff game next, or if the Browns would be up next. It's going to depend on what Phil's doing and when he gets back. So we'll find out more. We'll let you know on the Discord when we have that for you, if what will be next and when. So look for that. And if you aren't already a member of our Discord, feel free to join us. There's an open link in the description of this or any other video where you can get notifications more reliably than from YouTube and know when games are coming. So thanks for joining us for this one. This one was fun. 37-34 is the final, so we'll say, go Patriots. But, as always, go Browns!